The world is in the palm of your hands as you build the continents in order to gain the right animals to have a happy planet.
Hey guys, and thanks for joining us today at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows, and today we're reviewing the game Planet from Blue Orange. This is from designer Urtis Shulinskas and artwork by Sabrina Merriman.
It's a 2 to 4 player tile placement in 3 dimensions game, which has got some pretty cool stuff going on. Blue Orange sent us a copy to check out, so let's take a look at how it's played.
To set up the game, arrange the tiles in 10 piles of 5 to mark each round.
Deal 1 face-up card next to the round 3 through 5 tiles, 2 cards next to the round 6 through 9 tiles, and 3 cards next to the 10 through 12 tiles.
Give each player a planet and a secret natural habitat card, and then you're ready to begin.
Each round, the stack of tiles are revealed, and in turn order, players will select a tile and add it to their planet in whatever position they would like.
After everyone has placed their tile, the animal card or cards for the round will be awarded to the player who has the most matching terrain.
So in this case, whichever player has the biggest forest that is touching a glacier will win the card.
The first player marker is then passed and new tiles are revealed and play continues in the same way.
Once all 12 rounds have been played, points are awarded for cards. Players gain 1 point for cards that match their secret natural habitat and 2 points for every non-matching habitat.
Players count up the triangle areas that do match their secret habitat and score, and then the player with the highest total number of points wins the game.
Planet is one of those games where you see it from a distance and you're just immediately attracted to it. The first time I saw this game, what is going on? What are they holding? What are these cool magnet pieces? Wow, I want to know how to play. Had an opportunity to do that. Finally got a hold of a copy of it as well, and have had a really enjoyable time just playing with the mechanical pieces of it itself, but then also enjoying the strategic parts of the game.
In the game, you will place 1 tile on your turn, and that's all you'll do, but you'll need to pay attention to what tiles you are gaining and what tiles other players are gaining because you're going to score those cards each round. You are allowed to look ahead at what's coming. You can kind of see what other players are doing as well, and then you will score based on what terrains are touching other terrains.
Or not touching.
Or not touching. And then also there are some cards that are just who has the most desert areas or regions or whatever. So you will have several different ways that you can score and gain those animal cards.
Yeah, you definitely aren't going to be able to score on all of them, so you kind of have to just evaluate what is coming in the next 3 or 4 cards and figure out, if I'm the first player and I take this water piece, is that going to set me ahead for the next round? Can I connect these 3 pieces so that I can score both times on this card? You really do have to, and you can plan all the way ahead if you really want to. Don't get too serious AP on it, but you can see all 12 of the rounds that you're going to play, and so being able to kind of determine, man, I really need to keep deserts away from forests, and I really got to have water that touches glaciers. You can kind of build all that out. You don't always get the tiles that you want, but you can definitely know what you should be building with what you've got.
Yeah, there is an advanced variant that you can play where you set up 10 cards for rounds 3 through 12, and then you have 10 cards that you have face down for rounds 3 through 12. And you can look ahead for half of the cards, and then the other cards, 2 rounds ahead, you'll flip them over. So you do have 2 rounds to plan ahead for that second scoring card, but that does change things up quite a bit because you can't plan everything like you would like. Yeah. And you don't actually use all the cards every game. So there are cards that you won't, oh, water not touching desert is one way to score, but that card may not be in the game for that round.
Yeah, when you're playing a lower player count versus a higher player count, you do have a little bit more options on which tiles you're going to choose and add to your piece. It gets a little bit tighter, and when you're the 4th player and you just get whatever's left, so trying to just work that in a way that makes sense. And like I said, you can look ahead, which is really helpful. Sometimes you just don't get the pieces that you want and they don't touch in the way that you need, but it's really an enjoyable puzzle as you're rotating this thing around and adding the magnet, and maybe if I rotated this, over here, and then even just scoring at the end of the game is kind of enjoyable. Like you're, counting all the pieces on this side and rolling it around and just seeing what all you've been able to collect. It's a pretty neat, pretty fun experience.
Yeah, you do need to really have a grasp on spatial awareness and being able to see things three-dimensionally. I know some people have a harder time with that. I felt it was very enjoyable for me, though. I really liked rotating and holding all the pieces. And then at the end, one easy way to score, if you're just counting up the number of tiles, is you can pull all your tiles off. We did have that question come up a couple of times that we played. The artwork is really great. Sabrina did a great job on the stylized artwork for this one, and the components are definitely top-notch.
Yep. A lot of fun, very tactile enjoyment, really a fun one to pull out and explain to other people too. And like I said, just because it looks so different than the normal game, this is a pretty cool table presence type of thing. So if it looks like something that you would be interested in, definitely check out Planet from Blue Orange, and then be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and comment on our videos here at Tantrum House.
Your hands as you build the continents in order to gain animals on your world, so it's the best place ever.
Happy Planet.
Captain Planet.
Captain Planet? He's got the whole world in his hands.